Hi everybody and welcome to Knife Rev. Today we're going to talk about the TOPS MSK 2.5, sometimes called the MSK 2.5. Alright, so this is the TOPS MSK 2.5. Let's take a look at some of the specs. The overall length is 6.1 inches. The blade length from tip to bolster here is 3 inches. The blade thickness is 0.13 inches. And the cutting edge is 2.8 inches. It's made out of 1095 steel, and it is a Scandi grind, but it is not a true Scandi. It does have a micro bevel, so unlike a Mora where it is a true zero Scandi. And the sheath that it comes with is a Kydex sheath. So looking at the build quality of the knife, obviously there's some markings over here because I have used this quite a bit and resharpened it. But originally when I got it, it was clean and there were no abnormal tool marks or any tooling. It was finished very well. And let's look at the plunge grind. It's finished really nicely. It's even. And the tip is also symmetrical. It's not all from one side to another. So the grind on the knife is done very well. The transitions between metal and scales, not quite smooth. You know, you can feel something there, but definitely passable for the price of the knife. Same thing on the bottom. You know, you can feel just a little bit of a transition there. It's not totally smooth, but it's not a big deal. It's not totally off. It's just that you can feel something, not completely 100% smooth. But like I said, for the price of the knife, I'm not expecting perfection. So the spine is also not quite sharp enough to strike anything, and it does have jimping. And other than that, I would say that the build quality is really good. Alright, so let's look at the ergonomics of the knife. This is a pretty small knife, and for a small knife you can actually get a pretty nice grip on it. It's not going to be 4 fingers, but you definitely get a nice grip, full 3-finger grip there. The handle is very comfortable, easy for a small knife, and you get quite a good grip on it for being a small knife. The way the finger guard is done over here is very nicely. It doesn't, it's not sharp, so it's not going to cut into you if you put any pressure on it. And the handle, for what it is, it's very good. So looking at the top of the knife, there's some jimping, and it's not terribly aggressive, but you definitely feel that it's there. And it does aid in keeping your finger steady or giving you an extra little bit of grip there. So it's done nicely. Now the spine is 90 degrees, but it's not sharpened at either edge, and it's also got this coating because this is 1095 and they put a protective coating on it. If you try to strike a ferro rod, you're not going to get anything out of it. But to me, it's not a big deal. It's still a good blade, and I don't have a problem with that. Now, if you wanted to do that, you can remove the coating and put a file to the spine, and that would remedy that problem. So one of the nice things about this knife is this weight. It's very light, easy to carry. Let's see if we can get the scale over here. Turn it on. Now the knife itself, it's 2.36 ounces. If you put in the whole package, this little link chain comes with it. If you put in the whole package, is 3.35 ounces. Very light, easy to carry, either as a neck knife or in your pipe. I sometimes carry it in my pocket, and it's a great little knife. Lightweight and definitely does the job. Now this knife comes with a Kydex sheath straight from TOPS, and it's an excellent little sheath. I love this little sheath. It fits great with this knife. The sheath itself is finished very well, no hard edges, smooth, and it's quality. and it's done really nice. One of the nice things about it for me is also the profile. This has got a very small footprint, and I've seen other knives and had other knives that they're small and they come with a Kydex sheath, but the sheath is huge compared to the knife, and seems like the perspective is way off. I mean, you have a nice tiny little knife and then you end up getting stuck with a huge Kydex sheath that you got to strap on or something. Not with this one. This thing fits in here like a rock. I mean, it's just in there, solid, very positive lock up, and you can definitely feel it when you insert the knife. It just locks in. One of the nice things about it is that this sheath can be carried as a neck knife, and it doesn't weigh anything. You would hardly feel it. Another thing that you can do is actually loop this around your belt and put the knife into the pocket so it's easy to draw. You take it out of your pocket and then you got it ready to use. Also, another thing you can do, if you get one of those small beaners, you can actually pass it through this loop and hook it up to your pack, and you can have it on the outside ready to pull and easily accessible. So great package to carry, easy to carry, different ways to do it, and it's so light you're not going to feel it. You'll forget you have it on. So looking at the pros and cons, so the knife, quite a few pros for this thing to me. It's small, lightweight, it comes with an excellent sheath and can be carried comfortably as a necker or in your pocket or hooked up to your pack. And the sheath itself is very high quality, Kydex material, very well done. So you're not going to have to look for an aftermarket sheath after you purchase it, and it's a great package overall. If I had any cons, well, it's hard to come up with, but I mean, the handles are, the finish on the handle is maybe not quite 100%, maybe a little bit rough. You can actually feel that these are not flush, and but it's not a big deal. I mean, this is an inexpensive knife, and when I say inexpensive, I don't mean that it's cheap. I'm just saying that it's inexpensive. It doesn't cost much, but you're getting a great quality knife, and I think they're going, as I look today, they're going around 60 bucks. And for 60 bucks, this is a heck of a knife. And one of the things I failed to mention also is they actually added a little small sharpening choil there, so it really helps when you're actually sharpening it, that you don't have to come against this point and have a problem sharpening it all the way to the end. But if anything, like I said, if anything negative is just a little bit of a finishing touch here. Not a big deal. And the other thing would be that when you put in the knife into the sheath, right, and you have to take it out, it would have been nice if it had some kind of a ramp or something that you can push and actually get the knife out. But without that, you're not going to be able to do it that way. And I don't feel comfortable taking it out this way because you've got the edge coming out like that. So when I have this knife, I basically use two hands, just pull it out, two hands, and just to be on the safe side. But if they added that little ramp right there, just something that you can put in and push off, this would be perfect. So again, this is the TOPS MSK2.5. I use this knife basically when I go hiking and I need some kind of a small cutting tool for just general purposes. You strap this on or put it in your pack or pocket, or even as a neck knife, and it's so light and it rides so well that you're going to forget it's there. Very comfortable, and I think it's a great value for the money. If you're looking for a small knife that easy to carry, can do the task, and it's tough and made out of good materials, Kydex sheath, 1095 steel, G10 scales, for 60 bucks, that's a great value, I think, and you would be pleased with this. I think it's worth giving it a try. So again, this is the MSK 2.5. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.